I have chosen Mr. Glenny Savy as my environmental hero because he loves, cares and protects the environment in and around Seychelles. Mr. Savy is the CEO of the Island Development Company. IDC ensures that the outer islands of the Seychelles actively contribute to the socio-economic development of the Seychelles while adhering to the highest environmental standards. They manage many important projects which have protected animals, birds, plants and marine life in and around the Seychelles. What do you love about the Seychelles environment?
Well, I think immediately I would turn around and say that it's unique. And I think we are very, very lucky that we do not have a lot of industrial activity, and therefore, by default, we have been spared the problems of serious pollution.
How have you, as the CEO of the Island Development Company, contributed to the socio-economic development of the outer islands and the Seychelles, while adhering to the highest environmental standards?
When the company was registered in 1980, our primary objective was to develop the economic levels of the outer islands because they were underdeveloped and there was a lot of potential. Copra was a cash crop in those days. The collection of turtles, seashells and wildlife was a common thing, and that was the breadline of the Seychelles in those days. So the activities that we were doing on the outer islands in those days was one of exploitation. So we had to create activities that would at the same time employ people, create the economic development, and we went to study all these islands and went to see what they were doing. And what we discovered is that there were some very good projects that was fruitful, very gentle on the environment, while there were other projects which were very harsh on the environment, etc. And we worked to plan a strategy to develop what we had was to create activities where we touch the wild, as we call it, where you can intermingle with the wild, and realizing that people lack the ability to communicate with the environment, while the outer islands of Seychelles give them that opportunity. So this is why we developed a tourism program where people could literally interact with the environment and feel good about it. This has been the success story of the development of the outer islands and protecting the environment.
How does utilities management affect marine life and wildlife on the outer islands, and what difficulties do you face, if any?
As you very well know, one of the problems of development is that development requires resources and a lot of electrical energy, a lot of water. We started looking at the possibility of alternative renewable energies such as solar, wind, wave, etc. And we ran many small experiments to see which was the best suited one. And I'm pleased to say today, as we stand today, more than 80% of our energy on the outer islands is solar. The big plus here is that we no longer burn fossil fuels for the production of our energy. And we have enough solar panels now on the islands that we produce enough energy during the day. So that's trying to be as efficient as possible. By the end of next year, we will actually be 100%. So the whole cycle of utilities on the outer islands today is one which is completely run.
What inspired you to start working in environmental conservation?
I used to spend a lot of time on the islands with my grandfather and my father. They owned quite a few of the islands, and I was privileged enough to travel with them to the outer islands. And frankly, I love the outer islands. I remember the outer islands very well. And when I was grown up and was going to university, I went to university in Australia. And Australia, as you know, is a country which has a lot of wildlife. I studied economics, and one of the topics I did study in economics was a subject in those days which was still new, was very new, was called environmental economics. So basically, that's how I started working with environmental economics.
For kids like me who want to make a difference, What advice would you give to us? How can we start contributing to the environmental conservation at our age?
So your voice counts, and I think today a young child's voice means a lot more than an old person's voice. So hearing your voice, hearing you young people talk about it, lead the way, give the example, means a lot. And the best advice I can give you is you need to be the guardians of your environment for the sake of the future.
In conclusion, Seychelles is a unique and fortunate country with limited industrial activity resulting in a healthy environment. Under the guidance of Mr. Savy, IDC prioritizes sustainable development to develop the outer islands. Employment opportunities were created without harming the environment. The outer islands aim to be completely reliant on renewable energy, particularly solar power, by the end of 2024. As inhabitants of Seychelles, we have a responsibility to protect and preserve its beauty and ecology. Educating those who damage the environment is a crucial aspect of this responsibility. We must all be the guardians of this environment and its future.